Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have an update to share about one of Trump's Capitol insurrectionists. It's time for an episode of Where Are They Now?
Matthew Bledsoe was arrested. Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
So 27-year-old Georgia resident Blas Santillan pushed his way into the Capitol. This was just after others had violently clashed with officers and forced open the Capitol doors. While inside the building, Santillan was present when others were attacking officers, and he shared videos of his crimes on Snapchat, of course. After being forced out of the building by officers, Santillan stood outside with the mob, and he started berating other members of the mob for not being more aggressive. And he was encouraging them to take the building. He yelled, quote, "It seems like you're that weak because I'm the only one that was willing to do something. I'm the only one that was willing to kick that door. Who else is willing to storm in there? No one. Who are you? Who are you? You're not America. You're not America. Americans don't sit by while people take your rights. You are lazy Americans. That is what you are. You are used to sitting on your couch and watching your Netflix and listening to your shows and watching YouTube. You do not know what freedom is. Freedom is doing what you want. Freedom. Let's go. Is this your house?" On February 18th of last year, the FBI attempted to interview Santillan, but he refused to speak with them without an attorney present. And Santillan has a very notable criminal history. When he was 18, Santillan was convicted for statutory rape, for which he was sentenced to only 12 months of probation. He then violated that probation twice. So then they gave him 60 days in jail, and they required that he serve the remainder of his probation in jail, fortunately. Later that year, Santillan was arrested again and charged with driving under the influence. Again, they gave him 12 months of probation. He violated those conditions as well, and he was subsequently sentenced to 550 days in jail. Fast forward to 2015 and 2016, where he was sentenced again for driving without a license and reckless driving, respectively. And then he received probation for each of those offenses. Then in 2018, Santillan was convicted on a charge of willful obstruction of law enforcement. Once again, he received 6 months of probation, violated the terms of that probation, and was ordered to serve the remainder of that sentence in jail. Clearly, this guy thinks the rules do not apply to him. And obviously they don't, because they keep letting him out and they keep giving him slaps on the wrist. So explains his affinity for Trump. So Santillan was arrested again on August 23rd of last year for his actions at the Capitol. And he was charged with entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and parading in a Capitol. In May of this year, Santillan pleaded guilty to the parading charge. He was facing up to 6 months in jail, 5 years of probation, and $5,000 in fines. However, the prosecutor requested only 45 days in jail, 3 years of probation, and 60 hours of community service. Oh, and a $500 restitution fee. Santillan's attorney asked for a sentence of time served. They also said, so 60 hours of community service is okay, and 500 in restitution. So not even probation for a habitual repeat offender with a statutory rape conviction on his rap sheet. And she actually wrote, his attorney wrote in his sentencing memo, quote, "His likelihood of recidivism is very low." She wrote that. I have to wonder if she had a straight face when she wrote that. Really? Based on what? Based on his stellar history of abiding by the law, keeping his nose clean? Okay. So I couldn't locate any details about what was said at the sentencing hearing, but U.S. District Judge Florence Pan presided over this case. If I'm not mistaken, this is either her first or possibly her second January 6th sentencing. She was skeptical that Santillan was remorseful for his actions. So Judge Pan almost gave the prosecutor what they requested. She sentenced Santillan to 45 days in jail, 3 years of probation, 500 in restitution. So no community service. At least she gave him some jail time. But this just goes to show you, if these prosecutors would just ask for more, there are many judges out there who would give it to them, and rightfully so. This guy clearly has some issues he's not dealing with, and he keeps taking it out on the rest of society, and he has a little bit of an impulse control issue. So just my opinion. I'm not a psychologist or an expert, but it's pretty obvious. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.